You guys, happy Iron Flame Day. Oh my gosh, I am literally over the moon. I am so excited. If you haven't seen my face before, hey, I'm Alexis and welcome to my channel. Did I plan on filming this video? Absolutely not. But I have had such a crazy Iron Flame release day that I knew I needed to document this experience, so here we are. I'm literally at the office right now, but I snuck outside to film this intro because I cannot wait any longer to stuff my nose into Iron Flame. As one does, I went ahead and pre-ordered my Iron Flame copy through Amazon because those black sprayed edges, I obviously wanted to have them. I've had that pre-ordered back since July. I woke up this morning to a notification saying that my copy will not arrive until Friday now. It is currently Tuesday, release day, and I just couldn't let that fly. So with that panic going on, I went ahead and opened up my Libby app, and Lord behold, I got a skip the line pass for the audiobook. Now with the audiobook in hand, obviously I have to start reading Iron Flame today, but that means I have to go out into the wild and find my own copy. So that is exactly what I did. Thankfully, I have the best boss ever, aka my father, and we went ahead and slipped on over to Barnes & Noble this morning. There was a line outside of the door. All of the girlies were getting Iron Flame with me, and they had like a stack on the table, but I honestly think that might have been their only stock. I already know it's going to sell out. I am now the owner of this beautiful, beautiful book. I am just so happy. I am so happy. I know what you're thinking. If you have a copy coming in the mail, why did you go out and get this? I know I'll be able to resell one of them, and I don't even know if I am promised the black sprayed edges through Amazon anymore since it's being delayed so much. So I didn't want to miss my opportunity to go ahead and grab this book. And obviously I want to start reading it today, so it was a no-brainer to go ahead and pick it up. Today is definitely going to be a core memory day for me. I've never been one to go crazy over a book when it comes out on release day, but just the overall community feels on Bookstagram and all of us girls are talking about our excitement for this book. It just makes sense, and I am so happy that I get to be a part of it. I don't have much else to say for this intro other than I need to run back inside and I am immediately going to start reading this. I don't know what this video is going to turn out to be, but it's just going to be something special. I just read through chapter 4 and we just saw Dane for the first time again. When I tell you I was ready to fight a fictional man, I was. Dane got put in place. Couldn't have asked for that scene to go better. Alright guys, so I just got home, obviously put my pajamas on, filled up my water bottle and got a little snack. I have no other plans tonight except to lay here and read this. I'm not that far into it at all. I'm currently in the middle of chapter 9, which is 14% of the way through the book. We are following our main girl Violet, and she is back creating, causing, maintaining, and honestly just living through a ruckus of a life. I really want this to be a spoiler-free vlog, so I won't go much into detail. We are back at the War College and it is the vibes that I needed. This is everything. As soon as I press play on my audiobook, I am just overcome with this entire world and I love it so much. I was joking around with my dad on the way home, which, speaking of, check out this sunset. I feel like it's the most perfect Iron Flame sunset for the night. This day overall has just been really good. My dad's like, what do you have planned for tonight? And I was like, well, I'm going to be reading and eating. So in case you need me, that's where I'll be. Guy! Oh my gosh, guys. So I've been reading. I just read through chapter 14. I'm about to start 15, but I took a little bit of a break. I made some dinner and then I had to go turn the heat on because your girl is freezing. But I wanted to hop on here with a little update. There is just something so like comforting and immersive about being back at Basgiath with these characters. I just read through chapter 12, and if you know, you know, but the tension between Xaden and Violet throughout that chapter, oh, that man is fighting for his time with Violet, and I literally mean fighting. If something happens between those two characters, I don't know if I'll be able to recover. The scribes are becoming a lot bigger point within the story, so I'm really interested to see what significance these scribes are going to have by the end of the book. So far, there's been a lot that's been happening, but there hasn't been like an oh my god moment, like I need to grab my camera and talk about this. It's just been us being within this world and the characters, and a lot of the story is building. So take that with what you will. We're just like getting back into it. You know what I mean? I have since moved to my bed and just done a little bit more reading. I don't know if you can tell, you probably can, but my eyes are so tired. I don't know if it's just from what I was doing today or staring at these pages for too long. So I am calling it quits. That is my sign to tap out for the night. And honestly, it's the perfect spot to stop in. I am stopping just before chapter 20, and I have a feeling something crazy is about to go down just by everything that's been building up to this point. When I finished chapter 19, there was a sentence that was like one of the few lines left in this chapter. I just read it and thought to myself, yes, so I wanted to share it with you guys. It's so simple, but it just says, "I'd rather you scream at me than pretend everything is all right with silence." Like, absolutely. I absolutely love that. I had to go back and read it like 3 times. Hello and good morning. It is obviously the next day. I woke up thinking about this book. I went on Instagram to see how my other girlies were coming, and when I tell you I am now behind, they read so much last night. They stayed up so late, but I'm glad I didn't, because I woke up this morning and my head is pounding. I have like so much sinus pressure in my head. I'm sure you can hear it. So I'm hoping today I can just put my headphones on and read some more of this. I need coffee or something, man. This headache's gotta go away. So just like that, I already have a reading update, and I have packages that weren't supposed to come until Friday, but here they are, so I figured we might as well open them. So I just stopped before starting chapter 26. With what just got revealed at the end of chapter 25, my jaw was on the floor. Never in a million years did I think I would see this character again. I absolutely hate it. In the past few chapters that I've read, there's just been so much going on compared to chapters at the beginning. So I feel like the story is starting to pick up and take its shape. It just kind of bothers me that it took over 30% of the book to get to the point of where we're at now. But my goal by the end of the night is to get a big chunk of the way into this. Looking at this cover in the camera, it is beautiful. Anyways, let's open some packages. I don't even think I showed you guys this, but oh my god. So obviously I got this from Barnes & Noble yesterday, right? And I was flipping through it like trying not to spoil myself. There's this map in the beginning of the book facing the right direction. My map in the back of the book is the wrong way. Like, it is fully flipped upside down. Just my luck. So let's open these and rip the band-aid off together, shall we? Moment of truth. Okay, Amazon. Oh goodness. I've seen so many videos talking about this, but everyone has been complaining about the quality of the book, and honestly, I kind of have to say the same thing. But if you look closely, as far as the pages of this book, it's a lot looser, if that makes any sense. I just feel like the binding is not tight. Like, I can just open this up right away. And then along the black edges of this book, there's like these glue specks, and it came like that. Obviously I'm not picking it off, but it just seems a bit like used almost. Overall, nice. I'm glad this copy finally decided to show up. I still need to decide what I'm going to do with it, but that's a problem for another day because we still have one more box to open up. And I am very excited for this one. Y'all should easily be able to guess what this book is. No filler in the box at all. It's just the book. Please let this book be in good condition. Okay, this book, for coming without any protective mailing stuff around it, is in perfect condition. So if you don't know, this is obviously the red special edition or holiday edition, I've seen it called, of Fourth Wing. This red burgundy color matches my outfit today and it looks so good. The sprayed edges are perfect. So what makes this a special edition is obviously the end papers and then the fact that the pages are sprayed, but it contains 2 bonus chapters from Zayden's point of view, and I'm very, very excited to read those. Here are the end papers in this special edition. It has the dragon marks with the snowy background. I love it so much. Hear me out. I thought these bonus chapters were going to be like actual chapter lengths. Was this a money grab? I don't know. It's literally only 15 extra pages. Regardless, I'm very excited about this. I know it's already selling out places, so I'm glad I got my hands on it. Guys, the spines together, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Anyways, I'm glad my Amazon pre-orders finally decided to show up. I don't know what was happening in that Amazon warehouse, but it truly played with my emotions. I just got home from work. I read chapter 27, and when I tell you my pearls were being snatched, they were. That scene, that chapter, everything that I have been waiting for. If you know, then you know. I cannot wait to talk spoilers about this book with somebody, which, speaking of, my friend Marty on Instagram, Let's Talk About Books Baby, she also has a YouTube channel, so be sure to check it out, but she created a group chat on Instagram where a bunch of us girls are reading Iron Flame, and we're gonna have a discussion on the 14th of November, but until then, we're like updating each other on how everything is going, and it has been so much fun so far, and I just wish I could spill everything. Not only did I read chapter 27, I also got to chapter 36, and I didn't want to leave work. I was literally sitting at my table reading physically. As soon as that clock hit 4:30, I was flipping those pages. How chapter 35 ended. First, I knew there was gonna be some sort of redemption arc for this character. I knew it, and it happened. And how everything is setting up to unfold, I'm not opposed to it. And secondly, now that I'm like 50% of the way into the book, this is the Fourth Wing vibes that I have been missing. I was talking to my dad a little bit about this, but the first like 40% of the book, it was just all of these characters being stubborn, not wanting to communicate, not wanting to talk, everyone sticking to their ways, and it was getting a little bit repetitive, dare I say it. Not that I was getting bored, but I was waiting for something to happen to change everything up, and thank the gods, it finally did. Now that the ball got rolling, these are the vibes I've been missing. I don't want to put it down, and I can't wait to see what happens next. Y'all, I have showered and I just got into my comfy spot, and I have just made it to part 2 of Iron Flame. I already know things are about to get crazy. I really think this is when the story is about to start kicking off. I have my cookie, and it is just gonna be a great time. Y'all, I have had my reading mojo. I was flying through these pages. Now it looks like I've made a big dent in this book because I have chapter 42, page 395. I literally couldn't put this book down. And then what happened? My friend that I haven't talked to in forever, he lives in Chicago, FaceTimed me. So I talked to him on the phone for like an hour instead of reading, which is fine. The entire time I was FaceTiming him, I was just staring at this page, wanting to continue to read. And now it's currently 9:30, so I still have a little bit to read, but I am getting pretty sleepy. But so far, part 2 has been living up to every expectation that I didn't know I had. I feel like I'm treating this vlog like a little TikTok vlog. Not that I'm on Book Talk, but that's the vibes that it's giving, and I am loving it so much. I am now on page 405, which is just a chapter later, starting on chapter 43. And to tell y'all how invested I am in this book, there was just a description of a wyvern's claws sinking into the side of a mountain, letting out the most like ghastly sound that they've ever heard. I got literal goosebumps on my arms. Just like picturing the sound of that, like nails on a chalkboard kind of thing, it gave me goosebumps. I don't think that's ever happened to me while reading a book before. So that just shows how immersive this writing style is. I'm back. I just wanted to hop on here quick because I just got done with my about an hour reading sprint. I only have this much of the book left, which is 179 pages. I absolutely will be finishing that tomorrow. I stopped reading for the night because I'm at a point where it's kind of low stakes right now. They're just back in the classroom per se learning, and y'all, I wish I could talk about the action scenes that I just read. Miss Rebecca here has me feeling emotions for characters that I never thought I was going to ever again. My heart and head are both confused. I can't wait to pick up this book tomorrow and finish reading it. I'm kind of scared to finish it because I have no idea what is going to happen. Good morning, friends, and it is the final day of this reading vlog, which makes me so sad to say because I don't want this story to be over, but it is just so good. I can't stop reading. This morning, I ended up getting a few more chapters read. I am now on chapter 50, which is page 476. Y'all, oh my God, this second half of the book is so good. I am just so happy. I seriously don't want it to be over. I only have this much more to read. Only this much more. At the end of chapter 49, we just got a little declaration from one of our characters. They finally started to communicate about something that has been going on for the entire length of the book, and it is just everything that I have needed. It is now lunchtime, and all I have to say is why eat when I can read? Besties, it has been done. I am home from work and I have finished reading Iron Flame. I wish I had the third book in my hands, but we literally have no details about when that will be coming out, which is a little bit brutal in my opinion. Towards the end of this book, I literally had to take notes so I wouldn't forget about what to talk about with y'all. Here's what you should know before Iron Flame, before heading into it. This book takes place just a few days after the cliffhanger we get from Fourth Wing. This is the second book in this series, and if you are new to fantasy fantasy girly like me, this series is the perfect world to get into it because it's more of a fantasy romance. It's kind of balanced out where there's more politics and drama in this one than the romance, which leads me into saying the first 35% of this book was a little bit slow in my opinion. I touched on this a bit earlier in the video, but just the constant back and forth between the characters and no communication being done, it got drug out a little bit too long, and I feel like it could have been edited down better. I felt like there needed to be some more editing in this book than there was, just because of how fast this book came out compared to Fourth Wing. This behemoth of a book literally came out 6 months after the publication of Fourth Wing, which just seems crazy. I just think that if the author took a little bit more time to write, or maybe the editing was done in a better process, it could have cut out a big chunk of the back and forth we got. And with all of that back and forth in the beginning, we don't get near as much time with Xaden as I would have liked. If you know, you know, Violet and Xaden are two of the main characters, and Xaden is like non-existent within the first 40%. We get a few scenes here and there with him, but since he is not living in the same place as Violet, at least in the first half of this book, it's a little bit tough for them to build their relationship when they're constantly fighting. But towards the end of this book, Violet and Xaden's relationship has really tested the waters, and it makes me happy to say that their relationship is going in the right direction, and Miss Rebecca here didn't put us through any unneeded turmoil. I didn't know before heading into it, but this book is actually broken up into 2 different parts. The second part, amazing. I wish the first part of this book would have taken notes. Violet's dragons, Taryn and Andarna, badass as always. Andarna actually plays a big point within this plot, and there are lots of unanswered questions that we are still left with by the end of this book. So I know in the books going forward that we are going to dive into the relationship of Andarna and Violet, possibly Xaden too, and what exactly that is and means. Like I was saying earlier, we are introduced to a lot of new characters within this book just because there are different squads all emerging and coming together for this war. This is editing me hopping in here really quick, but I just wanted to add that we are getting all of these new characters within this book strictly because of the world building. In Fourth Wing, we are only set at the War College of Basgiath. Those are the only characters we get. There is not really more expansion outside of the walls of that college. But in Iron Flame, we start exploring all of the different lands outside of Basgiath, and that is what is introducing us to all of these different leaders, all of these different characters, some things you didn't see coming. So the world building definitely took a step up in Iron Flame compared to Fourth Wing. Okay, that's all. Continue on. One of the characters in particular that we get to learn a lot about is Kat. I don't care what happens to her. I do not like her. And if she gets an arc in one of the other books, like a redemption arc, absolutely not. I just forgave one of the bad characters from the first book within here. And if I have to do that a second time, no way, Jose. All in all, I think I'm going to give this book a 4-star rating. The ending with the final cliffhanger and the war and the battle and everything that was going on, I think I preferred the ending cliffhanger in Fourth Wing more than this one, but this one is also left on another cliffhanger. We do get an additional chapter at the end to kind of explain and clear up, like, yes, that actually just happened, but there are so many questions that I am going to have going forward about this specific cliffhanger. There obviously has to be more to it, and I know this is what we are going to be trying to figure out within the next 3 books coming. I had to change positions because I was squatting and my legs were absolutely giving out on me. Maybe Violet and Xaden need to do some training with me. Anyways, that is all I have for this vlog. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this exciting 3 days of the release of Iron Flame. I don't know about y'all or if you are reading this series, but I just had the best 3 days with all of my bookish community over on Instagram. The group chat I'm in is so much fun. Everyone is talking about their ideas and theories, and I can't wait to talk all spoilers with them come next week. I absolutely will be continuing on in this series, and I will be very anxiously awaiting the 3rd book. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on Iron Flame, if you have read this or if it is a world that you are going to dive into. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe down below. I will catch you guys soon. Bye! really hope this is in focus. I really want to flip through these pages, but I know I'm just going to spoil myself. I almost just got the hiccups. Oh my gosh. It would be so cool to have a dragon. Hello? I'm unwell. Ouch! You know, just delete all that. I'll just work with what I got.